15 things your cat secretly loves, but you never do. Welcome back to Meowrange, your cozy audio corner where we explore the fascinating facts, touching stories, and surprising truths about the cats we cherish. Today, we are taking a deep dive into the hidden dimensions of your cat's happiness, the subtle habits, quiet rituals, and secret joys that make their universe feel secure and filled with love. Some of these signals are so faint that even the most devoted cat parents might miss them. However, to your feline companion, these moments mean the world. Before we jump in, I want to make you a promise. By the time this video ends, you will perceive your cat through an entirely new lens. You will grasp what truly makes them vibrate with joy, and you will likely realize that you have been providing them with happiness without even trying. If you enjoy unlocking the emotional and complex world of cats, please hit the like button and subscribe. Don't do it just for the channel, but for that little creature watching you right now, blinking slowly, silently signaling, "Yes, human, I approve." Now, let's begin with the first secret joys your cat treasures every single day. Have you ever observed that your cat operates on a strict internal schedule, almost like a living, furry metronome? They wake, stretch, groom, eat, and nap in a perfect, repeating sequence. This isn't accidental. Number 1. Cats crave routine. Veterinarians and animal behaviorists confirm that predictability significantly lowers stress hormones in felines, specifically cortisol. Much like humans, cats find serenity in knowing exactly what happens next. Every time you serve dinner at the same hour or greet them with the same specific tone when you return from work, you are doing something they secretly adore. It isn't just about the meal or the toy. It is about stability. A cat's environment feels safest when it is familiar. So, even if they seem aloof, that tiny ritual of yours, the jingle of your keys, the specific sound of the fridge opening, becomes a symphony of comfort to them. The next time you feel ignored, remember, they have been waiting for this exact moment, performed exactly the way you always do it. And then, we must talk about the sun. You have likely watched your cat hunt for a warm patch of light on the carpet or curl tightly into a golden beam striking the sofa. This isn't purely for luxury. It is biological. Cats are natural heat seekers. Their baseline body temperature is higher than ours, and they are genetically wired to conserve energy and warmth. Number 2. Resting in sunlight. It helps them regulate their thermal energy and induces a state of calm. According to the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery, short periods of heat exposure can actually help alleviate joint stiffness and boost circulation. That is why your cat migrates across the room as the day progresses, chasing the moving light. It is their version of therapeutic treatment. So, when you see them sprawled out like a miniature solar panel, they aren't being lazy. They are practicing ancient feline self-care. But one of their most profound pleasures comes from elevation. Cats absolutely love being high up. Whether it is a bookshelf, a wardrobe, or a windowsill. Number 3. Height equates to safety. In the wild, elevation provides a strategic vantage point to spot prey, potential threats, or territorial rivals. Behaviorists refer to this as perch security. Inside your home, the instinct remains, simply swapped from trees to furniture. Providing them with tall cat towers or cleared shelves satisfies a primal need for control and surveillance. They aren't being distant when they sit up near the ceiling. They are feeling secure, and in their minds, they are graciously standing guard over you. If your cat has a favorite high-altitude spot, you have essentially constructed their personal throne. And rest assured, they know it. Now, here is a fact that shocks many cat guardians. Your voice holds more power than you realize. Cats recognize their human's voice. This has been proven by multiple studies, including research from the University of Tokyo, which recorded how cats responded to various people calling their names. The data showed that cats react distinctly to their owner's specific tone, even when they are pretending not to hear. So, when you speak to your cat in that high-pitched, baby voice, they aren't judging you. They are responding to affection. The sound of your voice, particularly when it is melodic and calm, triggers the release of oxytocin in their brain, the bonding hormone that cements emotional connections. This is why they might slow blink or twitch the tip of their tail when you speak softly. They aren't bored. They are listening intently. Try this experiment right now. Say your cat's name in a gentle, low tone. Watch for a flick of the ear or a single blink. That tiny micro-reaction, That is communication. A quiet secret that says, I hear you. And yes, they can sense when you are distressed, too. Your tone shifts. Your rhythm breaks. Cats may not process syntax, but they read emotional frequency perfectly. Now, I have a challenge for you. The next time your cat curls up in a sunbeam or leaps to their highest shelf, leave a comment below and tell us. What is their absolute favorite happy spot? Is it by the glass door, on your pillow, or directly on your laptop keyboard? We read every comment with care, and we love hearing about the specific little things that bring your cats joy. There is something captivating about how quietly cats experience pleasure. They don't wag their tails manically or bark with glee. Their happiness is understated. A slow blink, a low rumble, a relaxed whisker. They teach us that peace doesn't need to be loud to be genuine. Consider this. Every pattern in their day, from the way they stretch to the way they gaze at you, is a component of their emotional landscape. You aren't just a provider of food and shelter. You are the architect of their safety. And while many owners believe love is defined by playtime or treats, your cat is likely thinking, I love that you keep my world exactly the way I need it. That is one of the most overlooked truths about felines. Their affection isn't displayed in grand performances, but in trust. Trust that you will open the blinds for the sun. Trust that your footsteps signal safety. Number 4. Trust that your voice signals peace. It is an invisible rhythm between you and them. And once you perceive it, you will never be able to unsee it. But what if there is something even deeper? Something your cat adores that most people completely disregard? Something that has nothing to do with food or toys and everything to do with you? Because somewhere between those silent blinks and the way they choose to sleep near your legs, there is a secret emotional connection that science is only just beginning to decode. And once you understand it, you will never look at your cat the same way again. The emotional whiskers, secret bonds you don't see. Have you ever questioned what your cat is truly feeling when they stare at you? That prolonged, quiet gaze that seems to penetrate beyond language? Cats are frequently labeled as mysterious or even cold. But beneath that stoic exterior lies an emotional depth that most people fail to detect. Today, we are going to lift that veil. You might assume your cat simply tolerates your hugs, but every small gesture, a slow blink, a soft head, but a quiet nap near your scent, narrates a much grander story. It is a story of trust, emotional linkage, and loyalty that runs far deeper than we usually imagine. So, stay with me until the end of this section, because one of these hidden signals might just alter how you understand your cat forever. And hey, while you are listening, tell me in the comments, what is the sweetest thing your cat does that you can't logically explain? Maybe it's how they always locate you when you change rooms, or how they choose your sweater over a luxury bed. I will be reading every single one. Let's begin with one of the most beautiful forms of feline communication. Number 5. The slow blink. If you have ever caught your cat locking eyes with you and closing them slowly, almost in slow motion, that is not an accident. Researchers from the University of Sussex have confirmed that cats utilize slow blinking as a primary form of social bonding. In the language of cats, it is a gesture of ultimate trust. In the wild, a predator would never close its eyes in the presence of another unless they felt completely secure. So, when your cat blinks slowly at you, they are essentially saying, I feel safe enough to lower my guard. It is the feline equivalent of I love you. Try it yourself. Meet their gaze and blink back, deliberately and softly. You may notice their ears relax or their tail give a gentle sway. That is their way of smiling back at you. Now, let's discuss something every cat owner has witnessed but rarely fully understood: the obsession with your laundry, your bed, or your worn clothes. It isn't just about the fabric's warmth. It is about you. Number 6. Cats possess an extraordinary sense of smell. Their olfactory receptors are 14 times more sensitive than a human's. When they curl up on your pillow or burrow inside your discarded hoodie, they are enveloping themselves in your scent, their version of emotional reassurance. In behavioral studies, cats have been observed prioritizing their owner's scent over neutral smells, associating it with safety and belonging. It is the feline equivalent of a hug. So, the next time you find your cat sleeping on your favorite black sweater, don't get frustrated. They are literally telling you, I miss you. And then there is the number 7. The head bump, known scientifically as bunting. This is one of the purest signs of feline devotion. When a cat rubs their head against your hand or shin, they aren't just scratching an itch. They are marking you, but not in a territorial, aggressive way. They are depositing pheromones from glands located on their face, blending your scent with theirs. To a cat, this creates a shared identity, a we scent. In their mind, you become part of their tribe, their chosen family. That is why this usually happens when they are feeling calm and confident, never when they are fearful. If you have ever been blessed with a head bump, treasure it. It is one of the deepest ways a cat can say, "You are mine and I am yours." Number 8. Another hidden joy that many owners underestimate is grooming, being brushed or gently stroked. While some cats are resistant initially, most learn to adore this ritual because it mirrors social grooming in the wild. In feline colonies, grooming isn't merely about hygiene. It is about bonding. Cats groom one another to reinforce alliances, reduce tension, and share comfort. When you brush your cat with a slow rhythm, you are replicating that soothing social interaction. Studies indicate that gentle grooming can lower a cat's heart rate and induce relaxation. Interestingly, it can do the same for you. It becomes a form of wordless meditation. Every stroke of the brush communicates that they are safe and cared for. So take your time during these sessions. Let it be a small ritual of peace between you and your friend. But perhaps the most overlooked sign of feline affection isn't physical contact at all. Number 9. It is proximity. Cats are incredibly selective about whom they allow into their personal space. When they choose to nap near you, even without touching, it is a quiet declaration of absolute trust. Think about it. In nature, cats only sleep near those they consider kin. So when your cat curls up on the other end of the couch or at the foot of your bed, they are saying something far more intimate than words can convey. You are my safe harbor. It is silent, but it is powerful. Isn't it incredible how much love is concealed in their smallest gestures? Every blink, every soft nudge, every choice to sit beside you rather than alone. It is all part of a secret emotional language. And most people miss it simply because it is so quiet. That is what makes cats so special. They don't perform their affection for an audience. They reveal it slowly, once they know they can trust you completely. If your cat greets you with a soft purr or rubs their cheek on your hand, you are witnessing something sacred in the animal kingdom: acceptance. They have chosen you, and that is something no treat or toy can purchase. So the next time your cat sits there with half-closed eyes and steady breathing, know this: they aren't being indifferent. They are content. Cats express happiness through peace, not noise. That is why their love feels so gentle, like a whisper instead of a shout. And maybe that is the most beautiful part of loving a cat, learning to recognize affection in the silence. But here is where it gets even more fascinating. There are certain things your cat enjoys that aren't about affection or bonding at all, yet they fill their days with delight. These are small, quirky pleasures that reveal just how curious and emotionally intelligent these animals really are. And chances are, you have been missing them right under your nose. Because what comes next will show you how even the simplest action, a sound, a gesture, a moment, can make your cat's world feel alive with happiness. Hidden pleasures, little acts that mean the world. Number 10. Involvement. Have you ever noticed how your cat suddenly materializes when you are working, cooking, or folding laundry? As if they simply must be a part of whatever you are doing? It might seem random or even mischievous, but in truth, they are expressing one of their most joyful instincts: involvement. Cats love being included, not in the loud, demanding way of dogs, but through quiet, curious observation. To them, your daily activities are like an endless cinema, full of smells, sounds, and motions that inform them about their environment. So if you have ever thought, "Why does my cat insist on sitting on my laptop?" Here is the secret. They aren't trying to sabotage your work. They are saying, "I want to be where you are. I want to participate." Believe it or not, allowing them to help, even in small ways, brings them immense happiness. When cats paw at your pen while you write, jump into boxes you are unpacking, or sit on top of the book you are reading, they are expressing social mirroring. Feline behavior experts call this cooperative curiosity. In multi-cat households, cats often mimic each other's actions to feel included in the group. So when they mimic you, it isn't defiance. It is affection. The next time your cat lies right across your keyboard, don't push them away too abruptly. Give them a gentle pat. Say their names softly and smile. They aren't being annoying. They are trying to share a moment with you in the only way they understand. Number 11. Another simple but profound joy comes from the sounds of nature. Have you ever played a video of birds chirping or opened a window on a breezy morning, only to see your cat's ears twitch and eyes widen in fascination? That is no coincidence. Cats have evolved as both predators and prey. Their hearing is among the sharpest in the animal kingdom, capable of detecting high-pitched frequencies far beyond the human range. When they hear birds, rustling leaves, or flowing water, it stimulates their ancestral instincts. It isn't just about the hunt. It is about mental enrichment. Those sounds remind them of a world full of life and discovery. Some veterinarians even recommend short nature sessions for indoor cats, opening a screened window or playing soft natural audio for enrichment. It reduces boredom, encourages calm behavior, and enhances cognitive stimulation. Your cat may look peaceful while listening to those distant chirps, but inside, their mind is lighting up with happy curiosity. Number 12. And speaking of sound, did you know your voice might be one of their favorite melodies? When you mimic your cat's sounds, the little meows, trills, or purr-like tones, you are doing something magical. You are speaking their language. Studies have shown that cats interpret vocal tone, rhythm, and emotional energy more than actual vocabulary. When you mimic their meow, it is as if you are entering their social world for a moment, meeting them halfway. Many cat owners have reported that when they respond to their cat's vocalizations with similar tones, their cat answers back. That is a conversation, not random noise. So next time your cat meows at you, try responding softly, mirroring their pitch. You might be surprised by how quickly they engage. It is a sign that they feel understood. Go ahead, try it today, and tell me in the comments if your cat meowed back. I promise I will be checking every story. Number 13. Another hidden source of feline happiness is calm energy. Cats are emotional mirrors. They absorb the energy of the environment around them. When you are relaxed, their heartbeat slows. When you are anxious, they may retreat or watch you cautiously. In multi-cat households, one stressed cat can even trigger anxiety in others through pheromones. The same concept applies to humans. Your tone, posture, and breathing can change how your cat feels in your presence. This is why cats often approach people who ignore them at social gatherings. That calm, non-threatening energy feels safe. It isn't that cats dislike affection. They just prefer connection on their terms, when the energy feels balanced. Try this. The next time your cat is near, sit quietly. Don't call them. Don't move too much. Just breathe slowly. You might be amazed to see them come closer, choosing to share that peace with you. They don't love chaos. They love serenity. And when they sense it in you, they stay. Number 14. Let's not forget the small visual joys that make their world come alive. For instance, many cats adore the sight of moving shadows, reflections, or even dripping water. These are called triggering motions, subtle, unpredictable movements that awaken their inner hunter. But here is the key. Even when they don't pounce, just watching these movements gives them satisfaction. It stimulates their mind like solving a puzzle. In behavioral studies, cats who had access to moving visual stimuli, like fish tanks or interactive videos, showed reduced anxiety and improved mood. It is like mental yoga for them. So the next time you notice your cat staring intensely at something invisible on the wall, don't laugh it off. That is their brain in full concentration mode, enjoying one of life's simplest pleasures. And then there is one of the most powerful joys of all, number 15. Synchrony. This happens when you stay calm and consistent in your presence. Cats crave emotional predictability. They thrive on your quiet rituals, the sound of you making tea, typing on your keyboard, or turning off the lights before bed. These tiny moments weave a fabric of stability that makes them feel grounded in a world they can't always control. You might think they are aloof during those moments. But watch closely. Their eyes follow your movements. Their tail flicks rhythmically. Their breathing matches yours. That is synchrony, a deep biological rhythm that mammals share when they trust one another. It is the same reason why your cat may choose to sit beside you when you meditate, read, or watch TV. They are syncing to your energy, existing in the same calm frequency. Cats remind us of something profoundly human, that happiness doesn't always come from excitement or change. Sometimes it is born from stillness, routine, and quiet connection. Every time you give them a moment of calm, a gentle tone, or a space to explore freely, you are giving them exactly what they crave: emotional safety. And in return, they give you something far rarer: silent, unconditional trust. But here is where things start to get truly fascinating. Because while we have explored the playful, curious, and calm sides of feline joy, there is something deeper still, something sacred. It isn't about playtime, food, or sound. It is about the invisible emotional bond that exists between you and your cat's soul. And once you understand what your cat truly loves about you, everything else begins to make sense. The soul of a cat, what they truly love about you. Have you ever wondered what your cat would say if they could talk? Not the playful meows for food or the impatient tail flicks, but the words they would whisper if they could express the quiet truth of their heart. Because despite all the science, behavior studies, and expert theories, one thing remains timeless. Cats may not speak our language, but they feel love, deeply, silently, and with astonishing loyalty. This final part of our journey is about that quiet bond, the one that doesn't need toys, treats, or training, the one that lives in the space between two heartbeats, yours and your cat's. So take a deep breath, maybe glance at your cat if they are nearby, and notice the way they blink, breathe, or just exist near you. That isn't coincidence. That is connection. One of the things your cat truly loves, though they will never show it openly, is when you respect their silence. Cats are creatures of solitude by nature. In the wild, they spend much of their time alone, observing, hunting, and resting. Silence is not emptiness for them. It is comfort. When you let your cat sit quietly beside you without demanding their attention, you are speaking their love language. You are telling them, "I see you. I don't need to control you. I trust you to be yourself." That is one of the greatest gifts you can offer. Feline behaviorists often note that the most secure cats are the ones whose humans allow them to come and go freely within their safe environment, not being constantly held or fussed over, but gently acknowledged. This respect builds confidence. It tells your cat in their own language that their independence is safe with you, and in return, they will choose you over and over again. Another hidden joy comes from something subtle but profound: when you notice the small things. Cats are masters of microexpressions. A slight flick of the tail, a change in the direction of their ears, a softer blink. These are their words. And when you notice them, your cat feels understood. It may sound strange, but science backs it up. A study published in Animal Cognition found that cats can modify their behavior depending on how attentive their owner is. They know when you are truly paying attention. That means when you pause to ask, "Are you okay, little one?" after they act differently, or when you move slower because you sense they are uneasy. They notice that too. They feel seen. For a cat, being understood is one of the purest forms of affection. It tells them their communication works, that the bridge between species actually exists. So when your cat seems distant, try noticing instead of assuming. That quiet observation might be the moment your bond grows stronger than ever. And then there is the simplest joy of all: just being with you. It sounds ordinary, but for cats, this is everything. In recent studies on the feline-human bond, researchers discovered that cats show secure attachment styles similar to human infants. When they are with their trusted human, their stress levels drop, their heart rate stabilizes, and their curiosity increases. That means your presence literally makes them healthier. When they curl up beside you, follow you from room to room, or simply lie nearby while you work, they aren't being needy. They are basking in the quiet safety that you represent. You have become their base, their emotional anchor in a big, unpredictable world. Think about that. In a universe full of stimuli, you are their peace. Some cats show love with grand gestures, greeting you at the door, bringing you gifts from their hunting instincts, or softly kneading your lap. But others show it through presence alone. It is easy to mistake that stillness for indifference. Yet, to them, it is sacred. When your cat sits beside you while you read, stares at the same spot on the wall, or naps close enough to touch, but not quite, that is love. It is trust beyond words. They don't need to perform affection. They embody it. Every shared silence, every soft blink, every gentle purr in your company is their way of saying, "I am safe with you." If you have ever experienced that moment when your cat looks at you, blinks slowly, and then closes their eyes completely, you have witnessed something extraordinary. In that second, all their instincts, All their caution, all their wild ancestry fade away. What is left is peace, the kind that only love can create. That is why the bond between a human and a cat feels spiritual, because it isn't built through dominance or obedience, but through trust freely given. You cannot force a cat to love you. You can only earn it. And when you do, that love is forever. Sometimes it is easy to underestimate how much your cat feels. They don't cry tears of joy or wag their tails like dogs do. But when they brush their head against your arm, sleep with their back touching your leg, or simply exist in your quiet company, that is their version of "I love you." It is wordless, yes, but it is real. In fact, scientists have measured how cats release oxytocin, the love hormone, during positive interactions with their humans. This is the same chemical our brains release when we feel affection for someone dear. So, scientifically speaking, when your cat purrs near you, blinks at you, or follows you around the house, they are literally falling in love over and over again. Maybe that is why cats are so fascinating. They teach us that love doesn't always shout. Sometimes it sits quietly at your side, purring softly in a patch of sunlight. They remind us that peace can be affection, that silence can be trust, that simply being together can be enough. And maybe, just maybe, they remind us what love is supposed to feel like. So tonight, when your cat curls up near you, take a moment. Watch their breathing. Notice how their paws twitch as they dream. Realize that you are part of that dream, part of their comfort, their safety, their world. They may never say the words, "I love you," but you will see it in every gesture. Every time they follow you down the hall, every time they blink in your direction, every time they choose you again and again. Because for all their mystery, cats are simple in one way. They love quietly, but completely. If this journey made you see your cat differently, give this video a like. Not for us, but for them. It tells us you believe, like we do, that every purr hides a story of love. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Meowrange for more heartwarming discoveries about the secret world of cats, their feelings, their science, their souls. Because here, we believe every cat deserves to be understood, and so do you.